This man don't join Matthias Ezekwu's league. Oh. Hey, he don't come and come burn in Bible say why he come burn and be say na him be that certain way you dey see for calendar growing up. You know that paper where they go draw Angel Michael, you hold something, step on one black set, they unto one fighter. He say na him be am. And he explains on certain things, say reasons why he come burn am. Hey, maybe that GOs in the church do something. No, he be like say this thing don't dey pass, be careful. I beg, I don't want to talk too much. May una listen to why he do wetin he do, and let me know your opinion in the comment section.
This book in my house, but I am done. Now me buy am. I am done. Imagine my daughter waking up one day to be reading this. That she should be proud of her slave masters. Imagine my son waking up one day to respect her slave masters. These are very painful. This is not the legacy that I want to pass to my children. Sirunu, Jerem Madu, or mewe slavery. And somebody is telling me, Namu Abu Bishop, be slave. Ya be here with because a lot of our community has been messed up. A lot of our village has been messed up because of this book. Amarom this book can on my house. This book can on my house. And on Mobi, this is a painful experience that after my 21 years, 27 years, yes, 25 years. 25 years of going to block rosary, going to vigil, going to baptism, going to confirmation, being in Catholic church, being in charismatic, going to some Pentecostal, looking for the face of Jesus. I end up seeing myself being referred as a slave. So many people have died because of this book. I bet you this is the worst thing that ever happened to a black man. It's very, very painful that so many of us today is dying because of this. I was driving near one church, and I saw Ebakro and Jamaica, where they molded and what do they call it? And Jamaica. And right there, and Jamaica was matching his leg on a black man. And they call that black man Lucifer. It's very, very painful. I am that black man that Angel Michael is marching on his head. These are very painful. That so many of our brothers and sisters has been considered the same. Use your time, make out time before you burn your own. Make out time and go and read. Go and read all this chapter that I mentioned on this book. You will have pity upon yourself. These people has messed our brain up. And imagine you and I passing this book to our children. This is the reason why we are not progressing. Because this book has positioned us to be useless. Even after reading this book, so many of us still have got to go and burn down our ancestral altar because of what you read in this book. This book is not for us. This book is not for us. I wanted to keep this book that I saw in my where I'm keeping my books and my documents. Where I'm keeping my documents. I wanted to keep this so-called book so that all these people that have got to come and preach to me about Jesus or heaven or hellfire, they are so-called heaven or hellfire, I will bring it so that we will argue it very well. But I don't have time for this because I don't want my children to grow and have access to this. Imagine me spending my 25 years in the church only for me to wake up with the help of my ancestors. And today I am realizing that all this why this book is conditioning me to be a slave. That from day one, the writers of this book is a slave. Oh, I read it yesterday. I did not sleep. I made research, and I was researching about somebody called King James. King James. King James was a king in England. He was a homosexual. King James' mother and he with his younger brother. After making some research yesterday, I was very shocked. I was very, very shocked. And I begin to read begin to think towards the lifestyle of our ancestors. Egbe beru go bere. Onurube nwanna agbaloso. Nwanne the number. Iya ka ndi boji we bindo. And I begin to be ashamed of myself for spending 25 years in the church, castigating and insulting my ancestors. Because somebody conditioned me in this book. Somebody conditioned me in this book for many years. You know, sometimes when you wake up to reality, even being an akajofo, you wake up to see that some of the insults we gave to our ancestors, are they really going to forgive us? Because it's too much. These are very, very painful. Will our ancestors one day fully forgive us and we will live peace with them ever again? These are very painful. That so many of our brothers and sisters are ready to give out their life, proudly being a slave. Please, read this verse that I mentioned to you that I read yesterday. And you'll be very shocked, and I know you'll be very, very ashamed of you. Who are the slave masters? The white men. We should consider them worthy. We should consider them, we should respect them with the maximum respect for taking me for slave. And you are conditioning me and my children unborn, my children and my children unborn, with this book. Because you know a day like this will come when there will be a free information. Yesterday I read a book of Job, chapter 8 from verse 1 to 10. And he said something. He said, a time will come when you are going to be confused. Or say, when that time comes, go back to your ancestors. Seek for the ancient wisdom. I have just gotten that wisdom from my ancestors. That my ancestors are not evil. That my ancestors are not evil. He doesn't want it. Church baru mere Africa. Church baru mere is very, very painful. It's very, very painful. See where we are born in our shrine. So many people, I remember buying on a charismatic. I was a prayer warrior in charismatic. I know how many deities we went and burned down, even not because of the help of my grandmother being an Ezenwai there. May her soul rest in peace. I'm a she reconnect back. That whenever my grandmother noticed that stupid behavior for me, she would buy fowl and went to that deity to plead on my behalf. Because I happened to be only child and her first grandchild. So many people that followed us in burning our ancestral altar, so many of them today are barren. Some of them are mad, running mad in the streets. Including one intelligent guy from my village. I ain't chanting on a charism. Today he's mad. So many of them today are barren. Some of them today cannot feed their family. Some don't know when to move. They are confused in life. But we bring this Bible condition, right? I am here today speaking to you because I had a mother, a grandmother that understands, that knows that I'm being foolish. I will not forgive anybody. How can you finish our ancestors and pass this book to us to continue being foolish? Enough is enough. I wanted to keep this book in my house, but I am done. Now me buy it. I am done. Imagine my daughter waking up one day to be reading this. That she should be proud of her slaves. Imagine my son waking up one day to respect her slaves. These are very painful. This is not the legacy that I want to pass to my children. I am done. If you come to church, we're 2 by 2 and I am sending it for all these people that are coming to invite me for wedding, to invite me to their church festival. You don't do. I normally come because I believe in humanity, but from today, I'll not do again. If you as a pastor or whatever you be as a Christian, as whatever, if you cannot believe in humanity first, believe in your ancestors, I see no reason of coming to do anything with you. Humanity first. Humanity before whatever you believe. But if you still see me as a slave, I see no reason why me and you should have anything to do. I consider you as a master. So, as a master, Master Agawa. I didn't know that this book is in my house. I didn't know. Oh, I'm not gonna be the document. I am done. In African spirituality, in Igbo tradition, Igbo madu be taboo. Igwa jogu be taboo. Sleep with somebody's wife is an abomination. killing of your fellow human being is an abomination. Taking what doesn't belong to you is an abomination. Do you know that even lying to your fellow brother or your sister is an abomination? If you near the evil and they allow it to happen to your brother or your sister, you are committing a sin. It's very, very painful that we have abandoned all this thing because of this book. I don't blame you that are carrying this book up and down. Because the same way I was conditioned to buy this book years ago, I had this book then about 5. The same way I was conditioned is the same way they condition you, and they are still condition you. It's very, very painful. I am done. You know, I am one of the preachers that are very, very considerate. But reading this thing yesterday, where somebody that doesn't know me or I don't know is still regarding me as a slave, I am done. This book is not worthy to be in my house. I see no reason. My ancestor did not kill anybody. My ancestors are not evil. Focus on what you're doing, I beg. My ancestors are not evil. My grandfather my great grandfather comfort may their soul rest in peace. My father, they are not evil. I had a book. If you begin to go by the research, King Leopold of Belgium, there are a place in Congo where we almost 30 million people. The Belgian people are not suffering. My father did not, and you are considering the holy men, the noble men, our ancestors, as an evil because they condition you with this book. I am done. I wanted to keep it so that I will show my children when I was feeling myself in the church. I am sorry for them. So many of you that will be disappointed. And I wanted to keep this book. I'm still buying on a church, but it's not worth it. This is a slavery book. I am done. I am done. Let me join them. Let me try to be happy.